guys. I hope you are doing well and that you're having a good week so far. Today we're going to be talking about adverb clauses. So if you will turn in your grammar books to page 276, we're going to talk about adverb clauses today. Hopefully these videos are helpful to you if you're struggling to understand. I hope these help you a little bit. And if at any time while you're going through the videos or you're doing your schoolwork and you get a little bit confused or you're not sure about something, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, email me, contact me so that I can help you. I want to be there and I want to help you and make sure that you don't get lost or confused during these times while we're doing this distance learning, okay? So today we're going to talk about adverb clauses. So first of all, let's have a little reminder here about what a clause is. Remember, a clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb. Remember, a phrase is a group of words that does not have a subject and verb. So we've talked about adverb phrases. Remember, prepositional phrases, infinitive phrases. Today we're going to talk about adverb clauses. That means the whole clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb, and that whole clause is acting like an adverb. Okay? We've talked in the past about adjective clauses and noun clauses. Remember, both of those are introduced by words called relatives. Remember, those are our W words: who, whose, whom, which, and that. Okay? Adverb clauses. Now, remember, there are two types of clauses. There are independent clauses or dependent clauses. Okay? Independent clauses, remember, they can stand on their own. They have a complete thought, can stand alone. Just like when someone is independent, they don't need help, they can do it alone. Okay? Dependent clauses are not a complete thought by themselves. They cannot stand alone. And remember, adjective, noun, and now adverb, those are three types of dependent clauses. They cannot stand on their own. So adverb clauses have words that introduce them, just like adjective clauses and noun clauses are introduced by the relatives. Adverb clauses are introduced by subordinating conjunctions. If you look in your book on page 276, number 5 there, list those subordinating conjunctions for you. After, although, as if, as much as long as soon as, because, before, if, in order that, lest, since, so that, than, that, though, unless, until, when, whenever, where, wherever, whether, while. Okay, now you notice a couple of those words can also be used to introduce adjective clauses or noun clauses, like that, when. So just be careful, all right, that you double check and make sure that the clause beginning with that word is acting like an adverb before you label it that way. So let's look at a couple examples here, okay? We will leave when the storm subsides. There's my subordinating conjunction when. And let's look at the whole clause, when the storm subsides. What is that describing? What is it answering? Well, it's telling me when we will leave. So it's answering when, describing the verb, so obviously adverb. He is certain that his request will be granted. Here's my subordinating conjunction, which also sometimes functions as a relative, remember, but here's a subordinating conjunction, that his request will be granted. This describing the predicate adjective certain, okay? Julie sings better than I do. Okay, there's my subordinating conjunction. This whole adverb clause here, than I do, is describing better, describing the adverb better, right? Because better is an adverb describing how she sings. So than I do is the adverb describing the adverb better. Okay, now, if you have an adverb clause that is at the beginning of this sentence, then it's called an introductory adverb clause. Whenever you have one at the beginning of the sentence, you always want to set it off by a comma. So notice the example here. If you will go to the store, I will give you a list of things that we need. And if you were going to the store right now, that list of things would probably include paper products like toilet paper, Kleenex, right? But if you will go to the store, that is my adverb clause describing will give, right? When will I give you a list of things? If you will go to the store, okay? But if you put the subordinating adverb clause at the end of the sentence, then you don't have to have a comma. Never answer a letter while you are angry. There's my subordinating conjunction, while, and this is describing answer. When should I not answer? While you are angry. So subordinating conjunction while the adverb clause comes at the end of the sentence, so I do not have to have a comma for that. Now, there are times when we have what is called an elliptical clause. This is one of those sentences that we've talked about before where you have to finish the sentence, like they leave out some of the words, it's kind of understood. Like if I said, Jesse can swim better than I. Well, what I really mean is that Jesse can swim better than I can swim. Okay, so this is a subordinating conjunction introducing this whole adverb clause, than I can swim. We just call it an elliptical clause. It's missing the verb, but we just understand that it's there. He can run faster than I. Well, what it really means is he can run faster than I can run. Okay, so it's just left off. That's called an elliptical clause. So watch out for those when you see those in a sentence. Okay, all right, so let's look in our book then. Let's look at exercise A. What I want you to do is we're going to look for the adverb clauses. So I want you to circle the subordinating conjunction because that's always your clue. Once you see that subordinating conjunction, and if you need to, you can look up at that list on number 5. Circle the subordinating conjunction because that's going to tell you, oh, here the adverb clause starts. Then you have to figure out where it ends. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. Then after we do that, I want you to find the subject and verb inside the clause. Put the clause in parentheses, okay? So let's look at number 1. Although he was a musical genius, Mozart died penniless and was buried in a pauper's grave. So, do you see a subordinating conjunction? Circle it. I hope you circled although. All right, where does the clause end? I hope you put after genius. Now find the subject and verb inside your parentheses. What is it? He was. Good. All right, number 2. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Do you see the subordinating conjunction? Circle it. Hope you circled where. So that's where your clause starts. It's going to end at the end of the sentence. It'll go to the end of the sentence. What is the subject and verb inside? Angels fear. Good. Number 3, what is the subordinating conjunction that you see in number 3? I hope you said because. Circle it. So that's where your clause starts. Where does it end? At the end of the sentence. Subject and verb inside? Famine had left. Number 4, read through it. What's your subordinating conjunction? I hope you circled before. That starts your clause and it ends at the end of the sentence. What's the subject and verb inside? We saw. Good. Number 5, read through it. What's the subordinating conjunction? I hope you circled because. That starts your clause. It ends again, the end of the sentence. What is the subject and verb inside? I hope you put man dies. Good. Number 6, good Christians will serve their Lord until he returns. Subordinating conjunction. Hope you circled until. Goes to the end of the sentence. Subject and verb inside. He returns. Number 7, what is the subordinating conjunction in number 7? I hope you circled when. Now, where does this clause end? I hope you said after peace. Now, what is the subject and verb inside? He holdeth. Number 8, what is the subordinating conjunction? I'll give you a hint. It's actually 2 words in this one. I hope you circled so that. All right, and that starts the clause. Where does it end? Goes all the way to the end of the sentence. Subject and verb inside? We could attend. Number 9, what is your subordinating conjunction? I hope you circled whenever. That starts the clause. Where does the clause end? I hope you said after lake. Now, subject and verb on the inside, loons are. Number 10, what is your subordinating conjunction? I hope you circled until. Goes all the way to the end of the sentence. Subject and the verb inside, be careful. Subject is all, not receipts, because receipts is in a prepositional phrase. All were counted. Number 11, subordinating conjunction is so that, and then it ends at the end of the sentence, the clause does. What is the subject and verb inside? No one would slip and fall. I hope you got both verbs. And the last one there, what is the subordinating conjunction? Said that, you are correct. Where does the adverb clause end? End of sentence. If you said that, you're correct. And subject and verb inside is word is. Good job. All right, let's move to exercise B. Now you're going to do the same thing. Circle the subordinating conjunction, Put parentheses around the clause. Now we're going to add something. Now I want you to draw an arrow from the clause to the word that it's describing. Okay? These are all functioning as adverb clauses. So it's either going to be describing a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Okay? Let's look at number 1. What's your subordinating conjunction? I hope you circled although. Where does that clause end? I hope you said after discovered. Although many samples of hieroglyphic characters were discovered. Now, what is it describing? If you said that it is describing the verb could translate, then you are correct. It's describing the verb, and that's what you would draw your arrow to. Number 2, what is your subordinate conjunction? Circle it. I hope you circled after, okay? And where does the clause end? Hopefully you said after found, okay? So after the Rosetta Stone was found, what is it describing? You should draw your arrow to could be deciphered. Sorry about that noise. There's somebody on my street who loves to ride their little motorbike thing up and down the street, so I apologize for the noise. It is describing could be deciphered because it's telling me when it could be deciphered. Number 3, what is your subordinating conjunction? I hope you circled because. The clause ends after Canaan. What is it describing? Arrow goes to moved. It's telling me why they moved. Number 4. What is your subordinating conjunction? Before, right? So circle that. Where's your clause end? After established. Notice it's set off with a comma because it's introductory adverb clause set off with a comma. Now, what is it describing? Before the Minoan civilization became established, your arrow should go to were because it's describing the verb. Tell me when. Okay, number 5. What is your subordinating conjunction? I hope you circled as soon as. Ends. The clause ends after old. What is it describing? I hope you drew your arrow to the verb were put. Okay, so tell me when. Number 6. What's your subordinating conjunction? If you said when, you are correct. Where does your clause end? If you said after king, you are correct. What is it describing? If you said established, you are correct again. It's telling me when they were established. Number 7. Subordinating conjunction is, if you said if, you are correct. The whole clause is, if you resist him, what is it describing? I hope you drew your arrow to the verb will flee. It's telling me when he will flee. Number 8. Ooh, watch out. Watch out for this one. What is your subordinating conjunction? Than, right? This is one of those elliptical clauses. Than I am, right, is what it really means. So parentheses around than I, what is it describing? Okay, hopefully you're drawing your arrow to more, not experienced. Okay, it's describing the adverb more. To what extent? Okay, number 9. What is your subordinating conjunction? I hope you said before. Where does it end? You should have said after else. Okay, before he did anything else, it's describing what? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Your arrow should go to had, right? It's telling me when he did it. Okay, and number 10, subordinating conjunction is, I hope you circled while. The whole clause is, while your hands are wet. What is it describing? Where is your arrow going? I hope you said to the verb do touch because it's telling me when I should not touch, right? So that's where it should go. Sorry, there's that motorbike again. All right, exercise C. In this one, you are going to find the adverb clauses in this paragraph, okay? So circle every subordinating conjunction that you see. Draw a line under every adverb clause that you see. And when you are finished, you should have found 9. So maybe write that over to the side, 9, and see if you can find all 9 of them. Then exercise D, you're going to take these two sentences by using a subordinating conjunction, you're going to join them together. So let's look at number 1. Esther loved her people. She risked her life for them. Can you think of a subordinating conjunction that you could put at the beginning of the sentence that could then join those two together? What did you choose? Well, you could have said because Esther loved her people, she risked her life for them. You could have said since Esther loved her people, she risked her life for them. So if you did either one of those, you would be correct. Number 2, Dad stayed with the twins. Mom could go to the baby shower. Now, I want you to think of a subordinating conjunction that could go in the middle that would join these two together. Okay, look over at the list of them if you need to. Did you come up with one that could go in the middle? Dad stayed home with the twins. I hope you said so that Mom could go to the baby shower. Okay. Then number 3, I believe God's promises. I am confident that He will supply my needs. Okay, subordinating conjunction. What one could we put at the beginning of the sentence, then join them together? What did you choose? If you said because, I agree with you. Because I believe God's promises, I am confident that He will supply my needs. All right, so finish exercise C. I want you to read through that, see if you can find all 9 of the subordinating conjunctions, circle them, and then underline the adverb clauses. And once you finish that, then you can move on and watch the Cyrano video for today. Thank you.